Hi folks, beautiful day at Prairie Lake here in Ocoee, Florida. We're going to give this course a little bit of a run. It's a 9-hole course, very short, very beginner friendly. However, this particular course is full of trees, really tight lines. The course is very nice, it's well kept. There's 2 baskets and 2 pads, which means a long pad and a short pad to throw from. All concrete, which is great. And 2 baskets. We have a red basket, which is the short basket, the white basket, which is the long basket. Today we're going to go long to long, and the reason is because I want to show you the whole course. I want to show you the short baskets and the long baskets while we're going, just to kind of give you an idea how the course looks. So let's get to it. All right, friends, here we go. Prairie Lake in Ocoee, Florida. This is hole 1. We're going to be throwing long to long, which is the white pad at the very bottom, to the white dot, which is the white basket at the very top. Showing 275 feet. It's going to be through a lot of trees. You can see the angle from the pad to the white, so it's fairly straight with a little bit of a fade at the end. And the red basket is going to be tucked around to the right, and I'll show you that as we go. I'm not going to really zoom in, but red basket is going to be way down here. White basket's going to be tucked in on these trees way over here. So we're going to throw from there and throw 2 there and see how it goes. All right, folks. White basket's going to be way down here. I'm going to go straight down the fairway. I'm going to hook up to the left, kind of fade very slowly. So I'm going to throw something not stable. I'm going to throw something fairly neutral. On a slight hyzer, it's going to go straight for a little bit and then fade to the left and hopefully go right down the gap. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to throw 2 off the top here. Just kind of get my bearings. I'm going to go with the EMAC Truth. It's a very neutral disc for me, but it does fade out at the end, which makes it really nice. So I'm actually going to start it fairly flat. Now I do have a pretty strong breeze, almost a tailwind, which makes it going to dump. It's going to dump a little quicker. This might not be the right disc for this, but I'm going to give this a rip. Again, keep it nice and flat down the fairway. Let's see how it rides. Okay, well, it's holding pretty straight. That's all right. We're going to give something a little more distance. Let's see. Let's go with the, I don't want to go Mega Driver, but I'm going to go with the Thrasher. Now, Thrasher also will turn a little bit, but it's going to fade pretty quick. I might put this on a slight hyzer because that one stayed pretty straight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whew. Okay. A little far, but luckily it hit something on the way down there. Let's go check it out. All right. As we're walking to this pin, I'll just quickly show you the red basket over there on the right. A few trees here in the middle. White basket over there on the left, which is what we're going to. This is my drive. It came up short, but it kind of glad it hit something, because as you can see, all of this, what they call monkey balls or briars, they stick to your clothes and they hurt. They have a lot of thorns, so it's a good thing it hit something here on the edge. I still got about, looks like about 30 feet. So I'm just inside the circle. Let's give this a couple little practice putt runs here. Casual round. I'm going to flip the disc. Just give myself a little room. All right. Let's give it a little height. Feel a little tailwind, not much. In this little pocket, wind's kind of died down, so let's see. Ooh, a little short. There we go. Okay. Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Player B is always the good one. So, well, actually, this is kind of interesting. The long to long This is the long pad, and this is actually shorter than the short to long by a few feet. However, it's at an extreme angle. So if you have a good turnover forehand, you can kind of see, here's the pad right here. And if you take a look through this tree right here, there's a gap to go to the basket there. You can go above that branch that's leaning over to the left. Which I usually choose is to go up and around this big tree with an overstable disc and land over here. Now the basket's behind that big tree right there. You can see the red basket right there, which is pretty much dead straight. So I'm going to throw something actually fairly neutral, and the reason is because I'm going to put it on a hyzer angle. I'm going to go up next to that dead limb, which is, where is it at? Right up there. Kind of on the angle of that limb. And I'm going to ride left. If it was overstable, it would turn and crash in the ground, and I don't want it to crash too soon. I want it to ride to the left. So let's throw that truth again on almost, that looks like a 45-degree angle. I don't want anything more than that, or it'll just crash down quick. I needed something to glide. So I'm going to throw it up near that limb and see what happens. All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm a few feet out, which is nice. So I hit that perfectly. Let's go check it out. It's a little long, so I'm about 15-ish feet out. Not bad. Let's put that in for the birdie. Now I like to carry 2 discs sometimes, and really it's feel. It depends on how I feel. If I'm playing with the group, I might just grab one. If I'm playing by myself, I grab 2, because if I miss the first one, I want to throw a second one just to kind of see if it was, you know, a mechanical issue of how I run the putt. So I like to carry 2. I'm gonna flip her, get a little closer because, you know, inches count. Not really, but the wind is dead straight in my face, and from here I can really kind of jam it in because I got a pretty big target at this range, so it's kind of nice. All right, very good. Hole 2 down. All right, here we are at hole 3. I'm gonna just show this sign here real quick. All right, so short to short is the red dots again, so it's pretty short. But long to short is 198, and long to long is 235. Now you can see this out of bounds here, which is the fence. Definitely don't want to go over there. There's really no entrance over there, and you know, ponds in Florida. You don't want to go there. So you want to keep it pretty straight for a while, and then hook up to the left towards the basket for the long. Because I'm going to go straight out towards the big gap here on the left. I'm going to put a little anhyzer. So I'm going to fly over there and then fly back towards the white basket. So get a little more stability in this next disc. I'm going to throw the Wasp. Wasp is a fairly neutral to overstable disc. So I'm going to put it on this angle here and try to guide it down this tunnel, and then hopefully by the basket it'll crash and land underneath it. So let's give it a shot. Yeah, just like that. That'll do. All right, let's go check it out. It's kind of nice and easy to do. All right, let's tap this bad boy in. Let's get her Yeah, there you go. Nice birdie. All right, let's go to 4. All right, we're here at hole 4. Hole 4, we're on the long pad, so the white, we're going up to the very top, so that's 270 feet. It's a little bit of a jaunt. You can see how the little arrows moving, or the little line to the basket. Now, granted, it's 270, so they're basically saying you probably need to flex it to get it all the way there, which is probably true. All right, here is the hole. Now, let's see if we can see. Obviously, the white is really in the sun, so you can see the white basket. Red is going to be tucked way over here, so it's straight and then to the left for the red basket. Now, exactly that line that you can see the basket of the white basket through is where I'm going to try to hit. There's a little bit of a headwind, which means if I throw really hard, it's going to turn faster than it would if it was no wind. So I don't want to put it on too much of a hyzer to flip up because there's not enough wind for it. So I'm going to throw it fairly flat right down the middle and see if it'll hold all the way down there. Let's give it a shot. Oh, I missed my line and I got super lucky. So I went to the right of that tree instead of the left, which it worked out pretty well in my favor. Didn't hit any of the trees, which is absolutely amazing. Because if it hits one of those early trees, it could possibly have, at that speed, it could possibly kick way off to the left or right and may put me out of bounds on that sidewalk. But luckily it didn't hit anything. So let's go see how that turned out. All right, keep it flat. All right. All right, there we go. Woo! Sun like that basket, very bright. All right, on to hole 4 or 5. And we're here. Okay, just turning the camera around. This is hole 5. This is kind of a beast. Let's see the sign here. All right, so as you can see, the white to white is 305. That's long to long. There's out of bounds on the left, because you can see the fence line up there. It runs there probably 25, 30 feet off the fairway the whole way. So it's not really that much of an issue, but just so you know it's there. Short to short, obviously the red basket's really short. The pad for the red is right up there. I'm standing at the long basket, so let's give this a rip. As you can see, this fairway is super narrow. So from the long pad, you have to really hit that gap pretty good. That tree right in the middle on the right is pretty much the one I hit all the time. So I think the goal is to throw something, maybe even a hyzer flip. Okay. So I think I killed somebody. So one, I missed my line. I threw it a little too far inside. Second of all, it flipped a lot faster than I thought. So it went into another fairway. Now, it's not terrible because it's a short course and I can scramble from just about anywhere out here, which is kind of nice, even though there's a lot of woods. Oh, shoot. There you go. All right. Oh, and the basket's right there. How about that? Looks like I might have to go through the bottom, which I'd have to really rip something through there. Let me flip this over. Get a little close. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to try to go underneath that branch and see if I can get some speed on it to get it in there. Let's see. A little anhyzer on the putt. There it is. Come on. Oh, man. Thought I had it. Yeah. a little high. So good hole though. I like this hole. Very challenging. Allows you to just let loose, and it does punish you. So all right. So we're turning the corner, and there is hole 6. All right, we're going to come up on this sign. You're going to notice something. On the sign, it has a 6 with red and white in it, which means this particular tee box that I'm going to throw from is for long and short. No real out of bounds here. Everything's wide open. You just avoid the rough. And from way over here, you can kind of see that white basket way down there, kind of tucked in there, and the red basket's around the corner. The goal is for me, because it's kind of straight with a little fade, so it's not really that challenging, but you gotta hit your line with something overstable, which means it's going to crash to the left pretty quick. I'm going to throw on a fairly flat line, and before it kind of gets to that tree right there, it's going to turn to the left and go right towards the baskets. Now, I'm not looking to ace this. This would be a good maybe forehand hole to try to ace. And let me put this over here so you can see kind of the basket, get an idea. Yeah, doesn't give you the line, but anyway, you get to see the basket. All right, so overstable. I have a disc called a pig and also the wasp. I'm going to throw, I think I'm going to throw the pig because I don't want to go too far. And honestly, I just want to go right down the middle. See how it goes. Really should do a standstill here. It's not that far, but a little run up. Yeah, just like that. So what that does is put me right in between the red and the white basket. That shot is universal to either basket, unless you're trying to run it. All right, let's find that bad boy. I might have skipped a little long, so I'm glad I didn't use the wasp. Oh, I did. Okay. Got about 15, 20 extra feet than what I wanted, but that's fine. Hopefully that's in my wheelhouse. All right, got him. All right, just got back here. A hole 7. Very narrow. My long basket's going to be way down there. So kind of like a forehand flex, which I'm going to give it a shot. I've only hit it a few times, with a forehand. It's not too bad. Otherwise, I would have to throw something that just crashes in and then try for the putt, go for the par, but we'll try a forehand. This is the hole. So hole 7, 211 feet from the short, or to the short basket, 228 to the long basket. So there is a sidewalk. It's pretty far to the right, so it's not really in play. Other than that, yeah, you're pretty safe to just crank one and try to get it through these trees. Now, of course, this little tree right in the middle is the nemesis of this hole, which is perfectly placed. I like this hole because it almost forces you to do a forehand shot. Just got this disc not long ago. I'm going to give it a shot. It's a Reactor by MVP. It's kind of stable, but what I want to do is I want to, you know what? I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to get the Undertaker. This is going to, I'm going to get my Undertaker because I really want to give this a good rip. I don't want to baby it. I want to throw it pretty hard. For me, that's pretty hard. I threw that really high. Actually, I think that was the right throw. All right, let's go find this disc. Okay, found our disc. It's not in a great spot. I left my bag over there. I don't have my putter, so I'm just going to wing it with my other disc that I winged in the woods. I'm going to shoot this forward just a hair and see if I can get an anti-putt out of this. I'm going to move you over so you can see. Yeah, let's see if I can throw something around there. Now this is a mid-range. It's going to glide a little bit more than, say, a putter would, but wind's in my face, so I should be able to get it there with a little creativity. Give it a little height. Let it sink right in. There we go. All right, that worked out. Who needs a putter? All right, let's go get that bad boy. All right. All right, we're here at hole 8. Hole 8. All right, hole 8 is a fun one. So, dead straight, we have the short basket for 207, but 208 feet, one more foot out, is the long basket, but it is tucked around the corner to the left. I have a couple discs. If I throw them nice and flat, they will hold until they get to that mark. As you noticed on hole 1, that EMAC Truth holds straight too long. I can go right at the red basket with the EMAC Truth, but I need something to turn just before then. So let's give the Wasp a try. And I'm going to throw it hopefully right down the middle, flat, and it should turn left before it gets to that red basket, right towards the white basket. Yeah, that'll work. So I threw that at a good pace. It went around the one tree I needed it to go around, and I should be fairly parked at that basket. Let's go find it. All right, so there's the white basket, and there's the red one in reference. So it's kind of tucked in here. You can ace it. If I'd have went higher, and I probably could have crashed right through these trees here into the basket, but that's, you know, if I'm playing doubles or if I'm playing for fun and I'm just throwing a bunch of discs, I'll do that. Otherwise, I'm here for the score. Birdie's really good. Ace obviously is great, but, you know, I'm here for the dough, not the shell. All right, on to hole 9, which is right there. Let's go get set up. And before we go to the tee box, because you can't really see them from the tee box, red baskets tucked in there on the left, white baskets down towards the end, and the tee boxes are way back here in the back. So this tree right here, we're going to have to go around, which I'll show you. Long pad's on the right, short pad is tucked in on the left, which is more of a straighter shot to the pin. The longer pad, you have to kind of curl around, which gives it a little challenge. Hole 9, last hole. You can see that the going to the red basket is 189, and that's a really tucked in basket. That's a hard basket to get to from this location. You got to be creative and have something that really shoots to the left to get to that red basket. From here to the white one, honestly, just missed that tree right in the middle. This is that tree I was talking about, that big one right there. So I'm going down through. I usually go on the inside of this tree, so I'll go down straight and I'll go before that tree and skip over towards the white, or the white basket. Sometimes if my disc or the wind's in my face and the disc doesn't want to fade out, it'll hold straight and go on the right side of that tree. So it's not a bad thing. You'll just be a little farther to the right, depending on the stability of the disc. But yeah, let's get this set up. All right, not a lot of place to put my camera here, but I'm going to put you right there. So I'm going to try to throw dead straight towards that tree. So people say don't aim to a tree. I mean, honestly, that's my point that's my target. And, you know, I think it is this wasp again. If I keep it nice and flat, it should fade to the left before it hits that tree. And let's go with that should. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Okay, I went around the left side of that, and I'm really deep. Oh, I'm really deep. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try, since this is the last hole, I'm going to throw, this is a Buzz OS. Probably shouldn't throw this, but I'm going to do the same throw, and I'm going to throw it hard at that tree straight. And again, I think the wind is blowing, it's a headwind, so it's keeping it straighter longer. So let's see how this plays out. Yeah, that held just right. Okay, so that should be about 10-15 feet away from the basket. All right, let's go check it out. If you've lasted all 9 holes with me, I appreciate it. This is kind of my initial video attempt. If you like it, I'm going to keep doing these. I really enjoy playing. Disc golf is a lot of fun. It's been a big part of my life over the past, you know, since 2019. Honestly, the November 2019, it's been a huge part of my life. I've had a lot of fun with it, and it's something I want to continue doing, but I didn't really know how to involve myself more with it. All right, let's find these guys. Okay, all right. Yellow one, second one right there, which was a better shot. So I'd have to just step out and put that one in. The green one, however, I threw that one pretty juicy, and I think it landed pretty deep. Yep, like I figured, it went real deep. So there's the basket. I'm in the brush over here on the, I'd say I'm about 35-40 feet away. All right, let me set up. We'll make this putt. Since it was my first one, I got to stay true, you know? All right. All right, I'm going to do a little flip, get that extra 8 inches. So the wind is right to left. Oh, I got chains. A little farther. Oh, that was right on it, but hit the band. Okay. So that's 9 holes here at Prairie Lake. Hope you enjoyed it. This course is a lot of fun. Now, if you're a brand new player, you just went and grabbed your starter pack and you want to play a course, feel free to come out here. I'm not discouraging this course from anybody that wants to play. It's a great little course. It's short, par 3s, so you're not having to bomb anything or throw super far. I come out here because it's close to my house, and it's just a super nice, well-maintained course. Again, hurricanes have come through here, storms have come through here, and that's the part of disc golf courses that you have to work with. You'll have trees falling, you'll have limbs falling, you'll have baskets that need to be maintained. So if you have a course in your neighborhood or you want to play or learn how to play, check in with me. Check in with this channel. I'm going to keep videos coming. We're going to talk about how to play disc golf, you know, the best techniques, what to use, what's in my bag, you know, how discs fly. I think all that's just fascinating to me. So stay tuned, keep watching, and I'll see you then.